As the Chicago Bears transition out of draft season and begin early offseason activities, key decisions loom over the team's offensive line. Perhaps the most intriguing development involves second-round pick Ozzie Trapilo, who is now being considered for a prominent role at left tackle. Team executives have hinted that Trapilo will initially be developed on the left side of the line, a move supported not only by team scouts, but also his former college coach and ex-NFL head coach Bill O'Brien. This early evaluation suggests a level of confidence in Trapilo's versatility, a trait the Bears value as they attempt to solidify their offensive front before training camp. The significance of this shift is amplified by Braxton Jones's expected absence during offseason workouts. Jones, the incumbent left tackle, won't be available to practice, giving Trapilo a substantial opportunity to seize control of the position. While the team hasn't committed to a final starting lineup, sources close to the situation indicate a desire to have the offensive line configuration locked in by the time training camp begins. One factor complicating the situation is Darnell Wright's positioning. The Bears are hesitant to move their promising young right tackle to the left side. Wright has drawn comparisons to ascending stars like Penei Sewell, and the organization seems inclined to let him develop naturally in his current role rather than disrupt that progression. Still, flexibility remains a theme. If the coaching staff determines the best lineup features Wright on the left and Trapilo on the right, adjustments could follow. However, the prevailing belief is that Wright is most effective as a right tackle, and moving him might do more harm than good. The competition won't end with Trapilo and Wright. Kieran Amagadjie, another young tackle with upside, will also be evaluated. Yet it's Trapilo who has drawn the most attention early, and if he impresses through the summer, he could very well enter Week 1 as the starting left tackle. A massive leap for a rookie. Ultimately, the Bears front office wants to avoid the chaos of last season's injury-riddled line shuffles. Stability up front will be critical in supporting their new quarterback and revamped offense. Trapilo's development will be one of the biggest storylines to monitor leading into July. While the offense garners much of the spotlight, the Bears' defense has its own share of unresolved narratives, especially regarding edge rusher Montez Sweat. After arriving via trade from Washington and producing a career-high 12.5 sacks in 2022, expectations soared. However, his performance last season fell flat. Dealing with a lingering shin injury, Sweat posted only 5.5 sacks, a significant drop from the previous campaign. More concerning than the sack numbers, though, was his inconsistent performance against the run, an area in which he previously excelled. Team sources remain publicly optimistic. According to internal evaluations, Sweat is approaching the offseason with a renewed sense of urgency. Reports from within Halas Hall describe him as one of the most dedicated players in the building, emphasizing his commitment to training and conditioning. Still, the Bears need more than effort. They need results. As it stands, the defensive line lacks a true elite edge rusher. Sweat, despite his recent struggles, is expected to lead the unit. If he can regain his prior form, he can help stabilize a line that has struggled with both health and productivity in recent seasons. The challenge is compounded by roster depth. Chicago boasts a collection of rotational edge rushers and promising interior talent, but no standout alpha in the mold of a T.J. Watt or Myles Garrett. Sweat doesn't need to be that level of player, but he must offer consistent disruption on both passing and running downs to justify his contract and role. Coaches remain hopeful that better health and a more stable scheme will allow Sweat to return to form. But the clock is ticking. With a significant financial investment already made, this season will be a make-or-break moment for Sweat's standing within the organization. If he thrives, the Bears could finally have the defensive anchor they've long been missing. If not, they may once again find themselves looking for a difference-maker off the edge, a position that's become one of the toughest to fill in today's NFL. Beyond internal roster battles, the Bears are exploring options on the open market. Specifically, veteran running back Nick Chubb. The four-time Pro Bowler remains unsigned, but his name continues to circulate in connection with several teams, including Chicago and his previous club, Cleveland. According to recent reports from Cleveland-based sources, the Browns are still very much in the mix and actively trying to bring Chubb back. But the Bears are believed to be serious contenders, pushing hard for a potential signing depending on medical evaluations and financial terms. The major question surrounding Chubb is durability. Once considered among the league's best backs, he suffered a devastating knee injury 2 seasons ago and fractured his foot last year. Although recent training footage suggests he is recovering well, concerns remain about whether he can handle a full NFL workload again. In limited appearances last season, Chubb didn't look like his former self, at least initially. But in the final few games, flashes of his pre-injury explosiveness began to return. While his days as a 300-carry workhorse may be behind him, scouts believe he could still contribute as part of a two-headed backfield. One league analyst suggested Chubb would be a perfect fit behind Chicago's improving offensive line and would benefit from sharing touches with younger backs like DeAndre Swift. If the Bears can get even 75% of the version that once dominated defenses, he could serve as a reliable secondary option or even challenge for the lead role, depending on his health. From a team-building perspective, adding Chubb would also ease the pressure on younger backs Rashawn Johnson and Kyle Monangai. Both have upside, but neither has proven capable of consistently handling high-volume touches. Chubb's presence would bring much-needed veteran stability and experience. Ultimately, any move hinges on a thorough medical evaluation. The Bears are expected to bring Chubb in for a workout and physical. If he passes those tests, a short-term deal could be on the table, possibly as a stopgap while the team evaluates its long-term options in the backfield. In a league where running backs have short shelf lives, Chubb's career may be nearing its twilight. But if the Bears can unlock even a fraction of what made him great, the signing could pay dividends, especially for an offense trying to turn the corner under a new regime.